An American capital city does not have the water to bathe children, to cook, or even flush the toilets. The water hasn't been drinkable for weeks, and now for most residents, there's almost none at all. Years-long water problems have reached crisis in Jackson, Mississippi. The governor declaring a state of emergency because some 180,000 people are in the middle of a third world-like hell. They've been under a boil water order for a month, but now faucets are mostly dry. What does trickle out can't be consumed, and there's not even an estimate for when the water system will be back up and properly working. Now, water system failure. The schools are closed. Many restaurants and stores shuttered, offices empty, families scrambling.
Tonight, a race to distribute water in Jackson, Mississippi. Cars lined up for miles outside distribution centers full of locals hoping for water who left empty-handed after the supply quickly ran out.
Water that they are giving, well, you can't get to it because the line is so damn long.
Now they're on the brink of having no water at all.
The water pressure has been low.
Taprice Young has been spending $100 a week on water for her family.
We've had to boil water to cook, to wash dishes, pretty much to brush our teeth.
This is Rap's son, worshiping the Most High God of Israel alone and carrying on the legacy and teachings of my dear father and our dear messenger, Rap the News. Shalom, family. Just as my father said, water will be the new gold, and water is the new gold. As you see, all these rivers are drying up. And then you have in Jackson, Mississippi, to where their water is cut off. So they have to go out and buy bottled water. And then how long before that runs out? And then they are scrambling, trying to beat the decree of the Most High God of Israel, to beat his righteous judgments of what he said was going to come to pass. And while we know that we cannot beat the decree of the Most High God of Israel, we should still prepare and store up just like Joseph did. Genesis 41 verse 49. And Joseph gathered corn as the sand of the sea, very much until he left numbering, for it was without number. So he gathered and stored up grain when he knew something was about to happen, when he knew the food supply was going to be scarce. These Gentiles, these nations are under judgment, and as the Most High God said, they will get double. Revelation 18 verse 6. Give back to her as she has given. Pay her back double for what she has done. Pour her a double portion from her own cup. And then what happened to us before we were delivered into the hands of our enemies, the nations? Food and water were scarce. Ezekiel 4, verse 16 through 17. He then said to me, Son of man, I am about to cut off the food supply in Jerusalem. The people will eat rationed food in anxiety and drink rationed water in despair, for food and water will be scarce. They will be appalled at the sight of each other and will waste away because of their sin. So if we didn't escape the judgment of the Most High God when we sinned against him, then how is these nations going to escape? They're not. And then while we are going to be delivered, you don't know how long you are going to have to endure here. You don't know how long after the food and the water supply is cut off. So you need to prepare. This is Rap's son.